What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out Higher Thought Gaming. So we are here on Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and we're going to get way more in depth than any 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up ever needs. But I like the game so much, I want to continue making content on it. So we're going to go through, we're going to deep dive on each one of the heroes, and we'll kind of tier them out along the way. And then by the end, we'll have an overall tier list, and then we'll kind of discuss that, seeing if anything ends up changing throughout the game. Now, one thing everybody should know before we get into the tier list, and we are starting with Captain America here, is that the game has been, I think, greenlit for some DLC at the beginning of 2026. So we should have some new content coming to the game. I am definitely looking forward to that. I do wish some of the achievements were a little more difficult and tied into some of the modifiers that they have on the arcade, just to give even more replayability to the game. But as I said, with me going through the heroes, it gives me something more to do and really let you guys know how each hero is stacking up against each other after a lot of time going through with each one of them. So first up, Captain America here. He does have a decent light attack. His charge attack is also a B. Now his ranged attack, which is his shield, is one of his best attacks and one of the best in the game. So it's getting an S tier. It almost feels like your shield is like another assist partner out there. It does so much, and you can use it to do so many different things. You can use it to get behind shield guys and hit them before you have to even parry them. You can use them against aerial attacks by throwing your shield and then jumping, which will then bring your shield back to you higher on the map. So a lot of different things can really be used with your ranged attack. For his aerial attack in general, I'm giving him a B because I do think a lot of other characters do a lot better job, but he's still good at it, better than somebody you would think who does not fly and things like that. Because of overall the different uses that you can get out of your shield range attack, it really does apply to your aerial attack as well, keeping him at a solid B. His special, I almost gave his special an A. I think I'm settling at a B here. It is overall, the damage is just good, and you don't know if you're going to actually hit everything that you want, but it has some very impressive iframes because you stay in it for so long. So that's kind of why it's still staying on the B status for me, even though the damage and the location can be a little iffy at times. But the iframes is nice, and you can use it to avoid some very devastating damage if you're really in tune with that. And then we have our passive ability, which you're seeing on the left of the screen right there. Focus of your duo refills faster, and assists do more damage. So this is the best passive in the game. It gives you the two most important parts and very integral parts of the game. Focus is going to allow you to do your specials more, and then assist damage is very important because it's an important facet of the game, guys. You're going to be calling in assists all the time. For them to do more damage is just very important. So overall, he did land with a B. So basically what I did was I took each one of the letter grades, I went down all the way to a D, and then they are assigned a number point, and then overall I can average that out, and then that's why he ended up with the B right here. So overall, I thought he was kind of going to hit A tier. I almost feel like he is. I think he's a very powerful hero in the game, and his shield is really the reason why I hold him so high in that regard, kind of, because the shield is really, really good. For his top duo partners, for sure there's going to be more A tiers down there. I would say most people who can fly and have a very good aerial attack and a nice ranged attack to add into your assist is going to pair well with Captain America. For me, his top pairing partner is going to be Storm. She does so many things. She has a nice special that hits like half of the screen there, so you can really tie that into more precision on your specials, which you really don't have with Captain America. And she also has a very powerful wind attack that is tied to one of her assists that gives you a bunch of range that you can tie to your shield throw. That makes it even more powerful. So I really like Storm and Captain America tying together. But of course, guys, I want to hear what your guys' favorite duos were with Captain America. Overall, do you think he deserves the B rating that we're giving him right here? And just yeah, what other classes have you paired with him, and what duos did you find the strongest overall? I'm only one guy, so I can only go through so much of the content, obviously, but I have done my fair share, and I am definitely having a ton of fun with it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to leave it with some gameplay, and then you're really going to get a sense of how you're going to want to use Captain America. You're going to see how I use his shield and just different things like that to take care of aerial threats, and deal with shield guys and that and all of that kind of stuff. And then we will be paired up with what I am considering his best partner right here as Storm, but we will mostly focus all the gameplay strictly on Captain America. So I do appreciate you guys checking out this video. We have more videos like this to come. We're going to do each and every hero that is in the game until we get to the end, and then we will have our overall tier list. So thanks for checking out the video, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, gentlemen, let's get into some gameplay here, and then we'll just really show what kind of different things. It's mostly his shield that you're really going to want to make sure that you are just completely tying into, like, basically every facet of your gameplay, because it just bounces. It does so much damage, or not damage, but just so it knocks back so many enemies and helps you close the distance, and then really get in there and do whatever combos you want to do. And the important thing to know about the shield is that it is going to follow you wherever. So if you throw it up high and you come back down low, the shield is going to come back down low to get to you, and then, you know, vice versa. If you throw it down low and then jump up, oh, excuse me, you can really deal with, like, aerial threats that way. You can throw your shield this way, jump up, and then, you know, the shield's going to come up to you, and then you can hit a bunch of aerial threats like that. So a lot of different things you're going to want to tie in with your shield, and then obviously with your assist partner as well. And like I said, Storm just seemed to be the best for me with Captain America. And honestly, even since I just did that video, I went through a couple more missions with Captain America, and I used his special. So maybe when we have, like, our tier list, I may end up changing what I get. I think I gave his special a B. It might be like an A, guys, just because it does last a long time, and I was getting it to hit a lot more enemies. As long as you use it, you know, properly, you do end up hitting a lot of enemies. And then, but like I said, I really like the iframes. And then another thing is his passive really allows you to use his special so much more than a lot of other characters too. So maybe his special should have been an A. We'll see though. We're gonna stick where what it's at now, and then, like I said, if we make changes eventually, we'll talk about that when we do the full tier list. But as you're seeing, guys, it's really all about using this shield. You're going to tie it into all your combos. You're going to tie it into when you call your like her to do her range. You can do it, tie it with your shield, and it's just going to do a ton of range damage. Especially hers goes all the way across, and then you're going to have your shield there hitting a bunch of enemies. And sometimes it, like, goes through the enemies and then comes back, which is kind of what you want, but it doesn't happen every time. And then it'll bounce off multiple enemies at a time and just do all kinds of, you know, cool stuff like that. And then another thing that you do have available as Captain America is going to be your parry. And that's just going to be holding down your X button, which is your charge attack. And as long as they hit you while you're actually charging your shield in front of you like that, you're going to block it. And then you have a very strong block as well that blocks most attacks in the game because of your shield. Let's see if we can get a parry off. Oh, it didn't work. But you'll hit like that. I hit ranged attack. You hit a ranged attacks back at enemies. And then right there, it opens up the parry window. So that is another very strong thing about the class. But yeah, it's the shield, guys. And you have no ranged ammo. You can just work it in as much as you want. The closer you are, the faster it bounces back to you, the faster you can throw it. And just all kinds of things like that. Oh, I can't believe I got him with that kick. That was pretty lucky right there, guys. But the same thing with the shield guys. You're going to want to try to get the shield, like, behind them if you're, you know, but you can actually just parry with Captain America pretty easy too. So it's going to be really your choice when it comes to how you want to deal with them. He definitely has options. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, he definitely has options when it comes to them. And this is what I'm talking about, where you can, well, don't get hit like I did, but you can really take care of a lot of ranged people with your shield. And that's why I have him above a lot of the people who can't fly, is because the shield does end up helping out a lot, even though I'm getting my ass kicked kind of right there. But and it definitely helps out against these ranged guys for sure. You can deal with them much easier.
That's enough. Strike.
And then you can tie that uppercut, which is A and X, and then you can get a shield throw off in between that uppercut and usually your kick. And then, like I said, you can parry. I am not great with the parries, guys. I mean, I'm okay. But it's like I'd rather just use my shield like that against these guys than even try to parry them. I don't like that his special don't hit those guys that are like right next to you either. I definitely like that when you play arcade, you can set it up for 4 players and you can get so many more enemies on each one of these maps, though, which is pretty cool and fun to do on solo. And then, guys, for sure, call in more assists than I'm calling in right now. I'll kind of go show like kind of how I would normally play, because I was just kind of the focus on Captain America, but you're definitely going to want to be calling in your assists a lot.
I gotta get away from these freaks.
And you're going to use his special. Make sure you get everything on the screen. I'm pretty sure you can throw your shield super fast, so you can probably get through all this stuff by throwing your shields because it bounces back so fast. Yeah, you can. Maybe. Let's see if he can go through the big group. Yeah, his shield throw is very, very quick.
Shield flick. Light him up, Aurora. Better than rations. Release the elements, Storm. Heads up. That's enough. Keep coming, I dare you. Better than rations. Oh, come on. You can have my share of the loot. No.
See what kind of boss damage we can do with the shield before we get out of here. But as you see, guys, just lock in with your shield, get really good at tying that into your combos, and just using his shield in general. There's just so many different things you can really kind of do with it to deal with, you know, basically everything in the game. So
Never thought I'd miss that sparkling beetle repartee. He's under Annihilus' control. Fate wars to death.
Bring the thunder. Not yet. Lightning crap! Not yet.
if we can get a kick. Ah. Alright, guys, so hopefully this helps a little bit. Obviously, it's Captain America. Tie in your shield to basically everything you're doing, and you're going to be better off for it for sure. So I think overall he is a very strong hero in the game, and a lot of people are going to have a ton of fun with him because he does everything that you want Captain America to do. So thanks a lot for checking out this video, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.